Alright, there's no reason to play an intro music or an intro... Okay, here's your intro sound. Now that we're all wide awake, let's go ahead. I said let's just finish up FireRed. If I don't play LeafGreen right away, then it's not a big deal. And I could always just play it later. That to me makes more sense, so I'll just play this. So, anyway, I've been doing the bare minimum amount of farming off of the rich ladies. This is what I'm going to do in FireRed effectively forever. So I went back to Vermilion, and I have about 200 thou in polka dollars, which I guess is supposed to be yen, but it's poke, I guess. So there's a couple things we need to do. The first thing we're going to do is, now that we have completed Celio's quest, we will be able to capture Suicune. And in order to do that, we will need a Pokemon that is higher level than the rest of the route, but lower than level 50. I think it has to be lower than level 50. So we're going to swap out Gyarados just for a few minutes. And then after this, I guess we might as well go catch Mewtwo, which I forgot for some reason. That's going to be the last, pretty much the last stuff to do in the game that's not just like farming people or leveling up random Pokemon. And then I guess we have to do 7 Islands. So we do have kind of a pack stream, I guess. Maybe we won't get through all that in one day, which is not the worst thing ever. We could take that Onix, I guess. I don't know. Let's use Snorlax. Swamp. I don't even think there's that many waterfalls to climb up in this game. Usually waterfalls like a reasonably used HM, especially in Gen 4. I don't even think so. Now, a bunch of people were debating if they would actually re-release the remaining games. I would like to hope that they would, and that these just went first because they're the, you know, the most pure remakes. Did I change my Pokemon order? I did not. I'm blocking it if it's here. Alright, it shouldn't take that long. Let's just get this out of here. Okay, nothing. Dude, you put that to antagonize them, and then they antagonize me in response. And remember, this is the bare amount of money farming that I did. So, like, obviously EV farming in this game is annoying. It's not like modern day Pokemon where you just buy your way to whatever EVs you need. But, you know, if I had to, it's not terrible. Hello, Warlord. Yes, I see you. You are seen. You are noticed. Okay. It shouldn't take that long. Remember, we're throwing the Master Ball, so we're not actually fighting this thing. If you want to hunt this thing down, you actually have to assemble a pretty reasonably lengthy, or a pretty reasonably good team to do so. Like, I think roaming Pokemon is such an interesting mechanic. The problem is that, like, it's never executed very well. I think Gen 4 does it the best, because in Gen 4 you have, like, the touchscreen, and they kind of brought that back a little bit for BDSP, but there's only 2 Pokemon in Sinnoh that do it. I actually think that roaming legendaries isn't a very good idea. You just never really see it done well enough. Hello, Ash. You never see it done well enough, and I think that's the problem. Okay. Come on. Should be more than enough. Shouldn't have to run that much. It's the only thing on the route we could encounter. Like, what, 8 steps in grass, 12 steps in grass should be more than enough. So that's like 16. That should be more than enough. Now, there are Safari Zone Pokemon. I will save that for after. I might have to use my alternate Switch, my Switch 1, and then make a new account with like a FireRed or a LeafGreen, so I might have to fucking buy it again. Because I'm not sure how the trading is going to work. Because if I have LeafGreen on this console and FireRed on this console, even if I were to like take the virtual card out, I would still have to play FireRed. Oh lord, these fucking repels, man. I would still have to play FireRed. No, I need a game on another account, so that way I could be on both accounts at the same time with the same game. And I have to pinball like a couple dozen Pokemon over. Now, obviously, we're going to go back to 4 Island and we're going to start breeding. So we need to catch another Ditto anyway. And to do that, we're going to use my favorite Ditto catching strat. Bring an incredibly weak, shitty Pokemon like Kakuna. And then have it morph into Kakuna on turn 1. and then immediately just swap back to a Pokemon we're going to use to catch it. You don't actually want to have to fight your own Pokemon to catch it. That'd be ridiculous. Off to a good start? Yeah, why wouldn't we be? Any day I could stream is a good day, folks. Remember that. Every day I could stream, even if it's a day that I fucking end up hating what I'm doing, is a good day. That the channel's still around, that despite everything in my personal life and everything else, that I am not A, dead, and B, fortunately unemployed, and C, I can afford the things I want to buy. Even if I'm buying really stupid shit, and I still have this computer that I need to fucking finish putting together. It could always be worse. It literally could always be worse. You know, but a great man once said, you know, like, that's the beauty of life. If you're not dead, you haven't fucked up too much. But if you are dead, well, you fucked up too much. So your starter legendary that you're going with is Suicune. Yes, it is automatically determined the instant you pick your starter, if you play the game far enough to do everything we've done up to this point. Entei will show up if you have Bulbasaur, and Raikou will show up if you have Squirtle. I don't know why I had to think about it. It's determined by whatever legendary dog is strong against your starter. The funny part about it is that they don't even fight you. So if you look on Bulbapedia, basically the number one thing that they do, in every gen it's different. There you go. In every gen it's different, by the way. Alright, well let's vibe to this in a minute. In every gen it's different. In Gen 2, I believe the way it works is that they prepare a move, but if they become trapped, they won't act. Some game, there's like some Pokemon game out there, it's just the normal legendary theme. There's some Pokemon game out there where if a legendary dog will try to run, it counts as its first turn, and then afterwards it will fight. In some other game, it's like it'll prepare a move, and if it is trapped, it will still use the move, so it doesn't just waste the turn being unable to escape. But in any event, this is what we have saved the Master Ball for, and we will now use the Master Ball on Suicune. So that way we do not have to hunt it down and do a whole bunch of crazy bullshit. I do not know if this can be shiny. However, you would have to reset from Celio every single time if it can be, and I'm not doing that. It's literally better just to do it in some other game. As Pokemon races across the land, it is said that the north winds will somehow blow whenever it appears. Okay. There you go. That's it. Found it in like 10 minutes. 8 minutes and 59 seconds since I started the stream. That's how fast it can go. So, me running around for an hour was not bad RNG. It's me not knowing exactly how this unlocks. So now we're going to go catch Mewtwo. Normal latency? Oh no! No! Fuck! Why? I don't even know how it turned back to normal latency. Whatever. Oh well. Dude, I really have to check that every time, huh? Oh, that's nice. Good fucking sweet death in my ass. Oh, my lord. Well, what number is Wobbuffet? It's got to be like 2 something, right? 202. Six, 5, 4, 3, 2. And as you can see, there's a lot of breeding we're going to have to do. This is closer to, what, 250 something, right? It's got to be. Brave nature is dog shit. $245. 66, 60. Wait, no, that's 255. 7, 8, 9, 40, 41, 42, 43, 44, 45. There you go. My GPU might die soon. Well, that's pretty bad news. I wish you the best of luck, genuinely. Good luck. Okay. The movement options in this gen are very, very limited, so we're gonna have to make do with a lot of it. Let's get all the Pokemon out that should not be back there really quickly, because this is just a mess, as you could tell. Wooper should not be back here. We did catch a Persian of all fucking things, which was pretty cool that we found multiple Persians. Didn't have to do jack shit. Remember that the original sequels to these games, Gold and Silver, only added 100 Pokemon exactly. Even then, you couldn't catch all of them. You could not catch Celebi until... What was the earliest opportunity to catch Celebi legitimately in the States? Because we never had the GS Ball until much, much later. So I actually don't know what the earliest opportunity to catch Celebi is. Oh, you can't interact with items. Not from this menu. Heracross. Persian goes right here. We caught a Golbat, but how, oh, we caught Tentacruel. Tentacruel is okay right there. Now we have an extra, which is not great. Hoppip. You could swap these around. Golbat. And we have Swinub. What level is Seal, or what number is Seal? 86. You have multiple Golbats. 86 is before Shelter, I'm assuming? Because this would be what, 90, 89? Yeah, okay, that works. Anything else? Oh wait, Spinarak should not be there. Neither should Quillfish. Just dump these in the Johto boxes and we'll sort it out later. Oh, we need to catch Skarmory. I forget where Skarmory was as well. I think we have to go to Seven Island. So maybe we need another stream of this, but I'm going to be honest, and then the egg is also a Johto Pokemon. You just have to bike around until that hatches. Honestly, most of the work I'm going to do would be on an Emerald save as well. Like, I don't mind having a FireRed, LeafGreen good save as well, because I like these games, and I think the Johto game, like the Kanto games are nice. And I like the text is much better than the Hoenn games. That's like a minor thing, but it's kind of true. So, I've been saying for a 50-50, good, good. I hope discovering humanity's past pays well. That's for sure. Is that everything here? Because there's a lot of Pokemon here I need to... Wait, what the fuck? There you go. This will all get sorted out later. I don't know when is later, but it'll happen. I don't know. Anyway, perfect. I wonder how bad Mewtwo's gonna be, genuinely. You think I should bring more Ultra Balls? I have 200,000. How bad could Mewtwo be? Well, it'll be bad catch rate-wise. I don't think the fight will be hard. See, because if I brought a Dark type, it wouldn't be so terrible, but there's basically, like, no Dark types. Can you even get Houndour? Didn't I look and find out you can? You can't even get Houndour, right? Nah. You could find it in the Altering Cave, but it doesn't... You can't catch it in Altering Cave. Yeah, because they never released it. You can't catch it. There was no Safari Zone expansion in this game. That's why, yeah. It should be in the Altering Cave, so AI is wrong. There's no way to get it. It says event, but there's no way to get it. That's why it's in the Safari Zone in Emerald. Yeah, it sucks, man. They really should release the fucking Johto games, or the Hoenn games. That would be so nice, because we're basically kind of running to the end of this. Let's go to the Pokemon League. Now, once you complete Celio's side quest, basically they don't tell you this, but all the Elite Four members return and they're stronger and they have more diverse teams with higher levels and items. So basically the Elite Four becomes super difficult now, and that's one of the primary speed runs of this game. It's called round 2 basically, because that's the final round that you could upgrade them to, if you're curious. So that is like considered to be the ultimate challenge of this game, is to rebeat the Elite Four in said manner. Don't care. Completely glutted on this shit, man. And that was just like a couple minutes of farming, because they give you 39,600 if they both show up. If one of them shows up, you get effectively either exactly 20,000 or 19,600 or some shit, something like that. I don't remember how much. That's it. That's all you need. So obviously these legendaries we will use on my team, and then you know, when we catch the duplicates in future games, we're gonna, you know, it won't be a big deal, right? It's just gonna be like, oh, okay, let's just catch them. Wait, no, I need to get rid of you. That's why I went to the PC. When we catch the duplicates, those are the ones that'll go in the box. Because remember, we have to do 3 playthroughs of this. The third game doesn't matter, really. It's just whichever one's faster, pretty much. And then we have to do a lot of breeding. And then we also have to fix Lapras's moveset. Now, are there any good Pokemon in Cerulean Cave? That's the real question. It's like the only thing that matters is what are the... It's so Cerulean Cave has been altered so many goddamn times across the generations. This game, I think, uses the layout found before in Red and Green. Not items. Pokemon Generation 3. We could catch a Parasect, a Magneton, a Primeape, Ditto. Ditto would be really annoying. And there's a Wobbuffet in here. What? At a 4%? Well, we don't need to catch any of these besides maybe Machoke. And Parasect would be a good one, actually, because we could get Spore off of it, which would be pretty dope. I never fought you? Oh. That's the Fly Trainer, by the way, the one that you use the glitch on. We could also find Golduck at a 35%, which is pretty hefty. Alright. Let's look through this. That's just floor 1. Rock Smash for Graveler, which we don't have. Kadabra is on lower level floors. Hello, Haruna. And I'm looking through the rest of this. Wait, what do we need to get through this cave before I commit? Sandslot? No, it's Gen 1. Yeah, that's kind of it. There's not really a ton. Like, catching Golduck would maybe save us a little bit of time. That's primarily the reason to do that. Okay. Love it. It's a very lovely tune. Yeah, she's a trainer. She might be high level, because the only way to fight her is to surf. You can't climb up these rocks either way. You gotta be high level, yeah. One thing I don't know if they teach you in these Pokemon games is that moves can or cannot make contact. Regardless of if they're special or physical. That's pretty much the only thing to catch in here is a Parasect. just because I'm lazy. There's some really high level Pokemon in here, so this is where we're going to like level up a bunch of other Pokemon later. I don't know if I'll put that on. It's just leveling. It's basically just grinding with less time. Maybe that's what I'll do at the very end, which kind of makes a little bit more sense. Is there an item out here? Nope. Okay. They just put her here. That's okay. You don't need flash for this, right? No. Oh yeah, they're high level. I can't use repels. I have to go to Charizard. I mean, we don't need to catch this either. Let's go to Charizard. Does this thing know a rock move? Oh, E! To be fair, we do need to encounter 2 Pokemon. We need to encounter Golduck. What the hell? What level are they? Under 50? It's fine. Okay, well now it doesn't matter. But what are they? Under 50? Yeah, 55. So it's a 35% chance of encountering Golduck by surfing on... What floor is this? Floor 1. Okay. As soon as I say it, here we go. What level is this thing? Not high enough. Come on, where the hell are you? And this is why people use Sweet Scent. You gotta have all the utility Pokemon in your party, man. These are the only Pokemon you can encounter. It's the version exclusives. So if this was LeafGreen, we would be encountering Slowpoke. Okay. I'm surprised that people actually like the older Pokemon gameplay more than the newer one. Because I actually prefer the newer ones, obviously, because it's just more faster paced and we don't have to do a lot of this. But to be fair, we've done a lot of ZA and definitely way too much Arceus. It's funny how I pretty much predicted almost down to the exact amount of videos how much we were going to play ZA versus Arceus. It was like basically a quarter as much. To be fair, I'm not done with the decks, so that's not exactly a fair comparison. I think I'm going to replace Agility with Fly on Zapdos, just being honest. Alright, here comes the water move. What does a level 48 Golduck even know? Confusion... Screech? Psych Up. What's the last move? Bubble Beam? Something incredibly stupid. No, it actually knows no moves. Fury Swipes. That's the last move. In fact, Golduck only learns one water move by level up, which is Hydro Pump at level 58, if you could believe it. It learns no water moves naturally via level up. You see why these movesets suck in Gen 3? This is dog shit. It doesn't even learn any moves. I think I might have to inherit it as a Psyduck. This is really stupid. The Golduck you get in Gale of Darkness at least learns Waterfall, and it comes with Brick Break, which is like kind of decent. Whereas the Golduck here doesn't learn shit. That's actually kind of depressing. Yeah, even by Move Tutor, it doesn't really learn anything good. What a shame. It can learn Cross Chop if you breed it. Cross Chop, Psychic, Psybeam, etc. Okay. Yeah, I don't like to fuck with my computer generally. Stuff stops working correctly. This is what, floor 2? What's on floor 2? I should have stayed on floor 1 to find Parasect, but that's okay. Let's just spray ourselves and we'll swap around. Maybe we should just get Mewtwo first. Oh no! Wait, you know Rock Smash, we're good. Full restore. Yeah, the only reason I cracked open this computer and changed the hard drive is because I had a 2 terabyte and I wanted to put a an 8 tera. But ever since I've done that, it's been acting weird, and that's why this new computer, I'm making sure that when I start fucking with it, it's gonna be, you know, it's just gonna be set. I won't have to worry about it. From the jump, I'm gonna make sure it has all the fucking parts in it. The only thing I won't do is I won't get I'll buy the last couple memory sticks later. Not that it would really do too much, but if I really had to, maybe I'll just wait. And that'll be like my one whale purchase later this year. Since memory sticks are going to be worth more than gold. Why am I keeping these X bullshits? Eevee's maxed out. Very nice. Carbos, full heal, never melt ice. Here, hold this. Can't believe Wobbuffet appears here at 5%. Oh my god, it's a dead end. And I have to put that Elgato in it as well, so I can actually record off of it. That's pretty much what I've been doing. Too bad bag is full. I don't believe in resolutions over 1080. I just think that everything over 1080 is just not worth it, unless you're watching a movie. You know, it blew my mind when TVs started having game modes, because remember, that was around the time when I stopped using TVs. I basically came back in here and I was on that monitor. So that, like, whole 2010s era of, like, TVs is completely invisible to me. I just wasn't around when people were doing all this stuff with, my TV does this, and my TV has this mode, you know, and people would watch all these fucking movies with crazy effects. Like, I just wasn't around for that. I quite literally was not around for that. Now, let's go back, because I want to get that item. Realistically, I should just pick up all these items, because I'm never coming back in here, except for the very entrance. Of course, I kept all the fucking bullshit. Alright, let's discard, Dire Hit could be useful. Let's toss X Accuracy. Should have sold all of this bullshit. Like, I still think 720 looks fine, but that's because I'm just a YouTuber. It's just fucking whatever. Ultra Ball. Oh, that's it? Okay, whatever. At least we cleaned it up. Nothing. Nothing. Okay. Oh. I love it. I love how Oak calls you. It's supposed to be his words echoing in your head. Words that he never said to you, which is really weird, but whatever. You know, in the time it took for me to interact with those 2 text boxes, I could have just walked around. I didn't think about that. Another Ultra Ball. As if 2 Ultra Balls will make the difference if you catch Mewtwo or not. At this point, they're just T-posing on you. Alright, are there any Pokemon in the basement worth catching? Kadabra, Ditto, and Parasect are at their highest down here, so technically... But I already bought the fucking Abras. Like, every Pokemon down here I could catch easier somewhere else. It's kind of pointless, isn't it? Okay, I forget what moves Mewtwo has. I don't think Mewtwo has a very good moveset in the wild, but it's gonna have something stupid, and I'm gonna eat those words and just be annoyed. I'm gonna be like, oh, of course. How could I have forgotten you had insta-kill anything? Okay. 101. Mew! Recover! That's what it has. Oh shit, well Recover doesn't heal status effects. I was like, what stupid move does this thing have that I know I'm gonna be pissed at? Mewtwo. Gen 3... What level is it? 70? What? So how's it... Oh, because FireRed LeafGreen is a different level system. Psychic, Safeguard, Recover, and Swift. So if you were to bring Sableye, this thing couldn't touch you at all. It would just heal itself consistently and be annoying about it. Or actually, speed tied. No, it's paralyzed now, that's why. Too late. Basically, if he gets off Safeguard, you just reset. Or you could hit him a bit, I guess. It's not the end of the world. I have to disable animations. Please, someone spam me when I reset. It's normal latency. I'm fucked. I'm gonna forget. Because I will forget to turn off animations on this. How annoying. That's a 50% heal, by the way. I need to count recovers. He's used 2 recovers now, right? And recover is 10 power points. Recover is fucking 20 power points? Are they out of their goddamn minds? What a bunch of assholes. That's why this shit takes so long, because he has 20 fucking recovers, dude. No, we need to have someone with pressure out to drain it. But the problem is that if he uses any other move, he's going to drain that twice as fast. What a fucking nuisance this fight is. I'm remembering this now. Why the hell does he have 20 recover power points? That's stupid, man. Yeah, this is that great old school generation shit people love, right? Where this Pokemon can heal itself for 50%. It does not matter anymore. Stupid, man. These dudes are out of their goddamn minds with these Pokemon. Seriously. Is this a kill? No. Okay. Yeah, you really need to find a dark type, because the catch rate on this is dog shit. And then you could just recover away. I don't think there's any way to stop him. Like, yeah, I guess you could... Does anyone know Heal Block? Is that even in this generation? I don't think Heal Block exists at this point. I just spam balls. So did you even weaken it? Yeah. Oh, yeah. Get good RNG, dude. Fantastic. Stupid bullshit, man. This is that gen everybody fucking loves, too. It's ridiculous. How fucking annoying. It's a 2.8 chance. It's not the worst thing in the world. That's not terrible. But it's also still just going to be annoying because every time that he uses it, we have to fucking whittle him back down. We also probably shouldn't let Marowak faint. That seems like a bad idea. It's like a 3% chance. What's a 2-rock? Yeah, there it goes. Fantastic. Dude, I would have genuinely preferred to have another attack than to have this. This is just fucking dumb, man. Metal Claw. Oh my god, stop! Crit Zard, please! Crit. Okay, crit in return? No, that's not a crit in return. That's actually just obnoxious. That's what that is. That's just fucking stupid. We're never gonna make progress in this fight. I remember why... This is a strong reason why you use the Master Ball, because it's just complete fucking RNG. Oh, Lord. I'm gonna crit it. I know, I feel it coming. And then we'll just get stuck in this loop where I'm gonna have to heal after a Psychic. And then we're just gonna infinitely do this until I run out of power, until he runs out of power points. Okay. Fantastic. This is what people want to go back to, by the way. These terrible catch rates? Sure, dude. Like, this is why in ZA I'd rather have, like, a tough boss fight that then results in a guaranteed capture than just sitting here for like 3 hours throwing Pokeballs, and maybe you'll randomly get all the circumstances to align that you catch it in the fucking ball. That, to me, this is not fun anymore. This is just stupid. And it was stupid back then, and it's stupid now. It's literally just a pockets check. Did you bring 100 Ultra Balls and like a Pokemon that can paralyze? Okay, fine. Maybe the latter's fine, but it's just a money check. This does not check skill at all. It does not check anything. And then at the end of it, it just struggles and dies. After all your hard work, you have to reset the game, which really shouldn't even be a mechanic anyway. But whatever, it is what it is. Click, please, you fuck, dude. I have to heal now. So it'd be 20 times less annoying with no recover. Thank you. And this is a lucky run because of all the paralysis we're getting. Assholes. Some asshole at Game Freak really thought this was funny in 2002, man. No, we can't use Dragon Claw. Well, we rolled the 5%. We'll roll a 5% on the miss, but we won't roll a 3% on the catch. Wow. That could be bad. That's actually, we finally don't want to see that, but here it is. I have to heal. I'm in KO range. Yeah, as a kid, you have to know that if you don't save it, reset the game. That's why Gen 4 is a little bit nicer. Dude, I'm going to fucking lose it. I get trolled by Mewtwo in every single playthrough of this game that I do. Seriously. I genuinely just get trolled. I get trolled in Let's Go Eevee. I get trolled in every other playthrough. It's just annoying. Good lord. Yell more at Cloud? Yeah, I will, because it's fucking stupid, and people yell that this is what they want to go back to. The same people who don't have an attention span longer than 30 minutes are going to really tell me that they're going to sit through a fucking hour, possibly multiple hour-long catch fest, where you just throw Ultra Balls over and over. Like, dude, this generation is completely dependent on Subway Surfers and TikTok. You're going to sit through this? Why do you think Pokemon Go is the way it is? Imagine if you had to do this shit in Pokemon Go. You think anyone would fucking play it? I used to walk around Nintendo World and, you know, just New York and Central Park, and people, like, it would be packs of normies chasing down... You gotta be out of your fucking mind, dude! Oh, my vision's turning red. Oh my fucking god, dude. He just wants to get the goddamn crit, and then he gets in the goddamn Pokeball! And he makes me waste a max revive. He doesn't even go for the kill. He gives up. He gives up. Fuck this. I hate this. Whatever, we're done. That was the biggest emotional roller coaster I've been on in like a fucking half year. Oh my god. Whatever. Let's catch Kadabra and then we'll get out of here. Bro really has me wasting my fucking time. Like, genuinely. I thought about it. I was like, wait a minute. Should I use a max revive or a normal revive? I really fucking thought about it, man. How annoying. I even said to myself, maybe I don't need to use the max revive. Maybe I just need to use a normal revive. No, then I said in my head, no, because if I send Charizard out and if he uses Psychic, I'm going to be pissed off. So let me use a max revive, because I don't know how long I'll be here. Turns out I was only going to be here for like another 30 seconds anyway. Wow. Yeah, I will bitch about my good luck. This is stupid. What a waste of resources that I have too many of, but you can't buy more max revives anyway, so... Listen, I didn't design this game, okay? If I designed this game, you would be able to buy this shit. How stupid. Let's get the fuck out of here. Now I have to go to Seven Island. We'll catch all the event Pokemon later. I'm coming in with like 1,000 Ultra Balls. I'm not playing around. Good lord. Might as well catch 2 Kadabras at this point. Roleplay? Lightning Rod? Oh, okay. All these weird moves you never even see anymore. Stupid. Fuck, I hate Pokemon. I hate this goddamn series so fucking much. For so many reasons, it's not even funny. And that's what the clip tool is there for. And I get fucking annoyed at this stupid fucking 23-year-old game because of low catch rates. That's actually a fast catch of Mewtwo because we didn't have to reset. Okay. Catch another Kadabra. We don't need Repel. Remember when we were playing Avatar? Remember the good old days of playing Avatar at the start of this year? And now it's all gone. I miss it. I mean, you actually need multiple of these, but I'll only play with one. It's not a big deal. Because Spore would be really helpful, but we're also at the end of catching in this game anyway. Which is, all things considered, that's actually incredibly funny. We're done catching. This is it. Oh, great. Thank you. Much appreciated. We're basically done. So this is one of the Pokemon that's like actually low-key good, but Breloom is better at it even though it shares the same critical 4 times weakness to flying. Because Spore is a high accuracy sleep move. And that's what makes it really good. Oh no, oh no. Bro, is all you do in my chat just fucking rage bait? Does anyone post in my chat and it's not rage bait? Oh, this is gonna hurt. Whoop. So anyway, I kept headbutting. Oh, come on. Fuck. Articuno. Okay, this is fine. You know, Narg, the day that you don't post sloppy rage bait in my chat, that'll be a day. Close. Oh, to be fair, it's using growth, so that's not stupendous. Listen, what? Why were there no sparks on it? Did you see that? There were no sparks on the Pokeball. That was really weird. No, this game is good, but just because it's good doesn't mean it's perfect, dude. I think low catch rates are a problem in Pokemon games. I think they relied on Pokemon games having low catch rates for way too long to justify extending gameplay. I think that's not good design. I think incredibly low catch rates are just as bad as incredibly soft catch rates. Like, yes, I do think that they did win a little bit. They went a little bit too far in the opposite direction. But I still think that low catch rates don't. I'm not. Do I want to fucking catch you here? Actually, yes. Switch to Gyarados. Does it? It copies my stats, right? As well, so it's level 58. I think HP is the only thing it doesn't copy, so we could switch to Marowak, and even if it uses Surf, it shouldn't really do a lot of damage. I'm pretty sure that's how Ditto works, right? Let's see. Am I wrong about this? Yeah, barely did anything. Perfect. The only thing it has is HP. Ooh, ho ho. Like, I can like old games and still acknowledge some of the weaknesses of the old games that I love. There's a lot of things I don't like. I think Mario Sunshine, sometimes the platforming is not very good in it. It's one of my favorite games. I think Pikmin 2 is incredibly busted when you use purple Pikmin to do every single challenge. It's like they didn't even really, they just overly buffed the shit out of purple Pikmin. It's actually disgusting. I don't think, but that's the thing. I don't think they cut all effort. Sitting around for an hour throwing Pokeballs at something that recovers and you have to constantly whittle it back down to 0 is not effort. It's just time wasting. There's more strategy in battling in ZA than there is in this game. In this game, you just get a high-level Pokemon, you teach it one stab move, maybe 2 other moves, and you just blast through the entire game. What strategy did I use to beat the Elite Four? Dump everything into Charizard and then catch the legendary birds. And then Lapras was there. And then there was a Marowak as well. Well, there was no strategy. There's no higher level strategy at all here. With ZA, it's like, okay, well, what Pokemon am I going to use? What EVs, what IVs, what Megas am I going to use? Right? Like, there's more to it than whatever the hell I did in this. It does not require attention span. It requires, hey, did he heal? Okay, press A, hit him again. Okay, throw an Ultra Ball. Okay, throw an Ultra Ball. Okay, time to heal. Okay, throw an Ultra Ball. There's no thought in it. No, I disagree with that. There's way more strategy and thought put into a real-time game by definition than a turn-based game. Oh, fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. Fuck me. We're stuck in here with this piece of shit. This thing could legitimately solo my whole party. I fucking hate this. Don't use counter. It wouldn't destroy me. It's okay. He's gonna Destiny Bond me too, which is crazy. This is a Pokemon I'm glad they didn't give Recover. This would be obnoxious. This Pokemon's banned from competitive sometimes for this exact reason, because it's incredibly stupid. Ow. Look at that. No. Wait, I can't run anyway, right? Oh, you can run. Oh, okay, perfect. Good. You can run. As long as your Pokemon's KO'd, you can run from Shadow Tag. Okay. We learn something new every day. Time to throw that one out of my brain. When was the last time Wobbuffet was in a game? Who even knows? I don't. Do you know when the last time Wobbuffet was in a game? Without looking it up right now. Do I grind it all in this game? Yes, for money. You don't need to grind for experience. Dump everything into your starter. That's seriously the game. Like, I'm not shitposting. This is definitely a KO. It's a 5.5 times hit. Zapdos is KO'd. I should have revived it. I did more grinding in ZA than I did in this game. That's what I'm saying, is you don't do any grinding in this game. Actually, you know what? I lied. Go to Articuno. Resetting the game because a Pokemon has low catch rates does not prove anything besides you have a lot of time. That's why I think it's just not good. It just proves that you're willing to spend a lot of time to throw a bunch of Pokeballs at something to maybe have a slight chance at catching it. Well, not that. There was way more grinding that was necessary for the end of ZA than there was for this game. Like, actually filling out the decks feels like there's a stealth element to it. Maybe not so much in ZA, more in Arceus, but there's a stealth element. We're catching Pokemon, we're learning habits, time of day matters, you know, Pokemon behavior matters, stuff like that. Here it's just, oh, does RNG favor you today? Yes or no? I'm not a fan of RNG. I've never been a fan of RNG, but what are you supposed to say when you're fucking like 10? I don't like Pokemon? No 10-year-old in my generation was like, I don't like Pokemon. That was the un-yellow painted version of this. Let's try it for a stab. Maybe this will kill it, maybe it won't. Yep. That's because I didn't have Zapdos. That's my mistake. Let's revive it. You know what? I'm out of here, actually. I lied. Let's go to 7 Island. Well, no, but in the early phases of ZA, I didn't do that. You don't have enough resources to just bypass leveling entirely. That's what I'm saying. You don't. You don't have enough resources to do that. Now, in late game ZA, you're correct. If you want to talk about the DLC for ZA in the late game, you're right. But in the early game, you do not have enough rare candies to bypass that. You can't just go in at level 5 and just dump rare candies, get to level 100, beat the game. Ironically, you actually could do that in this game. Or rather, in the Hoenn games, you could dump a Pokemon in the daycare, take the Acro Bike, go into the desert, and just ride up the slope and it just constantly pushes you up and down, but it counts as a step. And you could do that until a Pokemon gets to level 99. You just have to be able to afford to get it out the daycare. And if you could do that, congratulations, you could get a Pokemon that's level 100 that listens to you for no fucking effort. And that's not a test of anything. That's a test of, are you willing to weigh down the up key on your fucking Game Boy Advance and plug it in. That's all it tests. True Viz designs are so named because they're said to have been made in 7 days. Okay, good. Wait. I probably shouldn't have done this. What's north and what's south? I think we have to go... I have so many windows open with this bullshit. 7 Island. Blossom. Let's see. Okay, north is Trainer Tower. Yeah, I don't know if there's anything to the north at Trainer Tower. What can you even catch at Trainer Tower, if anything? I don't think it's anything. Trainer Hill is later in Emerald. I think Trainer... Is it Trainer Hill or Trainer Tower that has the Espeon that's shiny? We're not doing any of this, by the way. Are there any Pokemon? Tentacool, Mantine... No, there's basically nothing really left to capture. We catch one unknown and then that's it, because I'm not filling out the unknown decks in this game. There's just not enough boxes. So basically we're pretty much at the end of this. What is this? Canyon Entrance? Anything here that we could catch? Fanfy at 15, but I think that's in Savolt Canyon. We catch a Fanfy at 20% and a Skarmory at 5. So we're just passing through. Over level 50, you never have to use any Pokemon in battle again. I mean, yeah, that's like a fair point, but I don't know. To me, it doesn't test anything to sit there and spam Ultra Balls. Oh, by the way, I could just heal with fucking Recover. That's why I didn't catch, and Ash knows this, that's why back in the day I didn't catch fucking Mewtwo in Let's Go Eevee, because you have a time limit on that fight as well. Imagine if there was a turn time limit on top of everything. That's why I didn't like online battling or online raiding in fucking Scarlet Violet. And I feel sorry because I know Ash keeps promising me that Sword and Shit has a better online, but I'm never doing the online for Sword and Shit ever. That's done. Like, I don't know. Like, I would much prefer a complex battle that's well thought out and has actual, for lack of a better word, mechanics than Ultra Ball, 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 Ultra Ball. And they break out every single time. I prefer that. Hey, did you buy 100 Ultra Balls? Because basically what I did off stream is I farmed money for about 30 minutes and I had $200,000 and I just bought whatever I wanted. Everyone says Sword and Shit has this god tier online. Are we going back to Pokemon Shield to clean up that game and catch all the Pokemon? Because that game I'm just going to be comatose. I'll be completely honest with you. I'm going to be fucking comatose playing Sword and Shield. 100%. There is nothing of value for me in Scarlet and Sword and Shit. Nothing. Not anything. I would sooner buy the DLC for ZA for Switch 1 than actually buy anything for Sword and Shit. How much is the fucking DLC for Sword and Shield? Oh, it's turn-based, not time-based? Yeah, but it's Sword and Shield. I'm not buying that. That's actually really funny. It's turn-based? Damn, should've led with that. That was one of the few times I actually liked turn-based, because that time-based Scarlet Violet shit was dog shit. That was awful. Who the fuck approved of that? What? Wait, what? What is the map of this area? I'm getting fucking filtered by this. Oh, What the hell? I don't want to talk to the couple. Sentret is 30%. It's the most common here. Very interesting how they decided what Pokemon... I feel like the Altering Cave shit is also like a kind of a cope. Okay, that's it. Geodude. We're in Savault Canyon, right? Is this it? Yeah. Alright. This is pretty much the last area, guys. Like, Geodude's what? 20%? It's tied with Fanfi. Oh, Lord. Okay. Fearow is 10%. It's actually lower in this version because it's 10%, so they could have a 5% encounter rate for Skarmory, who is like the opposite of Mantine, basically. There you go, Fanfi. Yeah, but that's the other thing. I don't like Dynamaxing. I don't really care about that. That's like a really stupid mechanic. I don't like Dyna. Not to try to kneecap this, but I really don't like Dynamaxing. I'm gonna make that like a long-term stream goal. You can't even catch Houndour. What a fucking joke this game is. Hey, here's Houndour. It has a unique page. Oh, but you can't catch it. We didn't put it in the game. Actually, we did. We put it in Altering Cave. Oh, but we never distributed Altering Cave bullshit, so you'll never be able to catch it. What? You will have to trade it from somewhere else. But why didn't you just put them in the game on one of the mini routes in the Sevii Islands? We're Game Freak. Fuck you. Okay. That's what I mean, man. Like, that's why I can't die on a hill for fucking Pokemon, dude. Oh, nice crit. These games are legendary, but they're also flawed. It's like even Resident Evil 1 is a legendary game, one of the most iconic games ever made. And Resident Evil 1, you could get chain bitten to death if 3 zombies approach you at the right angle, and there's nothing you could do about it. They will grab you infinitely because there's no push in that game. Zombies will literally bite you to death, and there's nothing you could do about it. And like, someone will cope argue that that's just realistic, but now you're arguing realism in Resident Evil, so your entire argument falls apart beyond any game after the first, and even some parts of the first. You know, like, again, it's a fucking game. It's whatever. Alright, I'm only looking for one Larvitar, because if I could just catch one, I could breed the remaining 2, and I'll have to sit here for half an hour. But we do have to find Skarmory and Larvitar, which is not great. It's 1 in 20. Skarmory we could at least paralyze. Don't they make you do like one of those raids in the story of Sword and Shield? That's why I wasn't really vibing it. To be fair, I didn't like the raids in Scarlet Violet. I don't like co-op Pokemon. I think Pokemon co-op is kind of not great. Like, even when they make you do it in ZA's story, it's kind of like, fortunately I don't have to worry about them fainting. They just rotate Pokemon. I don't know. Oh yeah, and TMs are one-time use, so if you want another TM, you have to fucking play the entire game over again to get it. Yeah, no. Anyway. Like, I'm probably going to give Marowak the Earthquake TM, but at this point it also kind of doesn't matter either. I expect to struggle in the Venusaur playthrough, because Venusaur is dog shit. Venusaur fucking sucks. It's one of the worst starter Pokemon. Ah, Jesus. %. Oh, dude, fuck off, man. Why? It's just Firo because it's fast, and Marowak is considerably slow. You can't escape! You can't escape! You can't escape! The 1-5% encounter rate we're gonna get is gonna be Onyx or Persian. That's why you like Arceus. It made you complacent. I just finished playing this whole game. What are you talking about? What is the frustration of failing and catching it after dropping its health? Yeah, and then it heals, Raiden. That's what I'm saying. Like, why do you want to sit around min-maxing? What min-maxing are you going to do in this game? 90% of people that play this game are not going to min-max it. Do you know what you have to do to min-max this shit? Well, I hope you have a fucking internet connection and you know what EVs are. Like, who the hell wants to min-max in Gen 3? You have to do multiple playthroughs just to set up one Pokemon. Does this thing know a KO move like Takedown? Let me look this up first. That's what I'm saying. No one is going to use half the mechanics in this bullshit, because half the mechanics are not even told you by the fucking game in question. What level is it? 30? Air Cutter, Fury Attack, Agility, and Swift. Okay, we're good. I damn near did a full walkthrough of this game in the last, like, couple of weeks, because I know so much about it. Arceus just cuts the stupid bullshit out of it. I'm worried that I'm going to critically hit. I actually like battling. No. You guys have it all backwards. This has to be rage bait. I start streams to get fucking rage baited by my own viewers. I don't enjoy what the fuck? What? Bro, that read like a fucking Reddit comment. Alright, well now we have to catch Larvitar. Okay, well, we have to catch this first. You know, it's telling because none of you guys were here when I was doing the fucking living decks in BDSP. I think the only person who was here was Ash, actually. So Ash, if she's still here, can tell you that a lot of the stuff I did in that game is just pure frustration. What's skillful or fun about trying to catch a Grimer for 48 minutes, and every time you get close to KOing it so you can catch it, it uses Memento and then dies? What's skillful about that? Can one of you explain that to me? What's skillful about trying to catch a Grimer and having to reload the game constantly because it has a low spawn rate and it just uses Memento and kills itself? What's skillful or fun about that? I'll wait for someone to explain that to me. What's skillful about waiting 40 minutes for a Squirtle to spawn? You just run around like an asshole until it does. What's skillful about that? What's fun about that? Please tell me. The thrill of the hunt? It's RNG. It's not like you're tracking it down. You're not doing anything. You're not learning anything about it. No, because you're gonna, a poll could be fudged. I did everything in Brilliant Diamond, Shining Pearl. Everything. I did literally everything in those games. And those are old school just like this, and they're full of just as much bullshit just like this. What's fun about the Steel type being super broken in Gen 3? Nothing. You guys, like, if this was the only time I ever played an old school Pokemon, okay, maybe that would be like kind of fair, but I play old school Pokemon all the time. Do you guys want to sit around and watch me play Coliseum for 20 hours? Probably not. Most of y'all are just gonna put this shit in a tab somewhere and maybe listen passively unless I start screaming. So like, no, like, I think we get way more watch time and enjoyment out of a game where you actually do something compared to a game that you don't. No, I don't hate opposing views. I kind of think you guys are full of shit. I'll be honest, I kind of think it's full of shit. I feel like there's a lot of Gen 3 favoritism when Gen 3 is absolutely an incredibly flawed generation. It might be the one everyone played, it's flawed. I don't know why those things it can't possibly coexist. There's nothing skillful or fun about throwing 50 Ultra Balls and then the thing KOs itself. It checks nothing. It checks how much time you're gonna waste. That's what it checks. No, but it's not a living dex to catch Mewtwo. That's just a normal thing. Catching Mewtwo, that's not living dex. Do you KO Mewtwo after playing 20 hours of FireRed? No, you wouldn't. No one in their right mind would KO Mewtwo after 20 hours of playing this stupid fucking game. No one. Not a single person. Oh, but if you're a kid and you KO it, you might think it comes back. By the way, it doesn't. Fuck you. Your save file is fucked up. What is the use for... If it's in the dex and caught, registers, what is the use for living? I don't know what you mean. You know what, Spray? You're full of shit. I'm joking, but yo, actual rage bait. Battling Whitney as skill? Yeah, there's more skill in prepping for Whitney with a bad type matchup with Quilava than there is catching Mewtwo. I mean, listen, we could just disagree on this. It is what it is. Y'all want to sit around and throw Pokeballs for 20 hours or 20 minutes, 30 minutes, and then have it fail anyway? That's on you. Maybe that's what... I don't know, man. That's what people like to do. Fine. I think it's stupid. I thought it was stupid in 2003. I think it's stupid in 2023. I think it's stupid in 2026. It doesn't check anything. Well, no, but Raiden, I'm not... To catch Mewtwo, that's not part of the living dex. Do you understand what I'm saying? That's not what I am complaining about. Every other Pokemon that's not a legendary, I had no problem catching. So I don't know why the living dex is being used as part of the discussion here. I don't understand that. And like right now, I'm just trying to catch Larvitar. It has not spawned in 30 minutes. I don't know if I've been here for 30 minutes. It's like 15, 20 minutes. I have not seen a single Larvitar. Have not even begun to initiate the catch on it. Do you want to sit here for 30 minutes looking for a Pokemon? By the way, the game doesn't even tell you that it's here. You're going to just run to Bulbapedia and know it's here like I did. And I played this game and I know it's here. I have a fucking guide for this game and I know it's here. Oh, Lord, whatever. It's deep cover rage bait. It's not about handing everything on a silver platter. It's about you are just RNG's bitch until it decides to give you a chance. That's stupid to me. You want to really be RNG's bitch for fucking an hour and maybe it'll spawn a Larvitar? We really should have fucking had a timer. How long have we been here and no Larvitar has spawned? We got one Skarmory. One Skarmory. We could be here for another 30, 40 minutes. That's good. That's good gameplay to any of you? Ash, I know you're not talking. You didn't even want to level up Pokemon to raid with. Couldn't even put in the bare minimum amount of effort to level up Pokemon to raid with. And that's what I'm saying. This is a 5%. Here this is. No, if this was Final Fantasy, then yes, I would agree. Because Final Fantasy, you don't have to catch shit. How fair is it in Tactics Advance that certain monsters go extinct and your game save will become fucked up if you don't know that? That's how they are. It's part of the charm, but you could also say it's stupid. It's stupid. It is. It is stupid to sit there and say, well, my game save is fucked. Here we go. We finally get a Larvitar after like fucking 20 minutes. It is stupid to say like that's good game design. It's not. It might be part of the charm. Sure. Does this thing have takedown? That would be absolutely hilarious. We also cannot paralyze it because I don't have a fucking sleep move. If I had to be rage baited by a fucking Uxie for 5 days because it wouldn't... What do you think I do? I've done the same shit dozens of times. I've done it across multiple playthroughs. Thank you, we're done. We have to catch unknown. Well, they already are. Like, I don't know why we can't just say that that's just the honest truth. That some things were good because they were just good in the timeline that they happened, and now they're not that good anymore. Oh shit, it's a double battle. Perfect. Alright, one of these things is the Tanobi key, and I don't know what to do with that. Let's see. This is what, halfway down Savalt Canyon? I can use a repel. Like, no one looks forward to Pokemon where you have to try to catch the same 3 Pokemon over and over and over and over again with bad RNG. Not a single person does that. And I know no one does that. Okay. I fucked this up. How does this work again? I think we have to push it north. I think you have to push these around. So that way you could walk around and hit them. Yeah, okay, I remember this now. There you go. You guys are strawmanning the fuck out of me. It's really stupid. I actually can't solve that. Like, having low catch rates and tactics advanced contributes nothing to just wasting turns. Like, you're just literally sitting around waiting for something to roll in your favor. Having low catch rates in Pokemon does nothing, especially when Pokemon can KO themselves via struggle. It doesn't prove anything. It doesn't choose... You're not learning anything from doing the experience other than, oh, well, I just have to wait till RNG says I can win. That waiting until RNG says you can win when you've already solved the rest of the puzzle is just stupid to me. Because it doesn't show that you've grown as anything. You haven't learned anything. You haven't done anything. It's just, oh, well, RNG says you can win now. Like, that's why the number one thing I hate in Final Fantasy is when you have to roll, you do all the raid, you do everything else in the raid correctly, and then at the very end, oh, well, you rolled a 1. Well, that doesn't prove anything. I did the entire fight correct, I just don't get any loot. That's stupid. Well, right, but there can be certain variations of RNG. So if you catch a Pokemon and it's a Caterpie, okay, Caterpie's weak, you expect to catch it. If you catch a fucking Pokemon with a catch rate of 3, that's bullshit. It's stupid. And remember, we're metagaming this by default because these are games that we've played since we were kids. So all of y'all know how 90% of this game works. But saying that elementary schoolers buy stopwatches to speedrun their childhood is incredibly stupid, and that is the definition of a straw man. You know exactly what I'm talking about. You guys are just being incredibly obtuse and difficult. It's not about efficiency maxing and time maxing. It's about, well, I threw 50 Ultra Balls, didn't catch it, had to reset the game 10 times to catch it. Which has happened. When I was catching Rayquaza in Pokemon Emerald, was that a fun experience? No, because I just had to sit around until, or not Emerald, sorry, in Ruby, I literally cut that out of the playthrough. Because it was just nothing. There's nothing to do there. It's nothing to film, nothing to talk about. You just either catch it, Rayquaza goes to sleep, fully recovers, and you just start over doing the same shit over and over and over again until you eventually luck out. Or you throw the Master Ball and suffer with Latias instead. That's stupid to me. Like, you can have some stats that are fair and some stats that aren't. I'm saying the stats that aren't fair. It's not like the whole system is bad just because one aspect of it is bad. Some RNG is fine. I don't expect every Pokeball to be a Master Ball, which is what a lot of fucking Pokemods and ROMs do. I don't expect that. Yeah, RNG makes it interesting, but too much RNG makes it not interesting. Too much RNG is just a time waster. This is literally like fucking, I don't know, you know, what is it, a fucking gacha game. You think gacha games are fair because it's a 1 in 10,000 you get what you actually want? Overwatch loot boxes, even if they were earned via gameplay, would not be very fun or interesting because you would sit there and play for hours and never get the thing you wanted. That's stupid. You want to sit there for hours and never get the thing you want? Oh, well, it's part of the experience. It's literally faster for me to just get a Ditto and breed 90% of these Pokemon anyway. You want me to stand up there like this dude's saying with the living dex and catch 2 more of them? We'll be here for fun until 10 o'clock, waiting for a 5% chance, a 1 in 20 spawn to catch this shit. You hate catching it, but at the same time you are resetting games 100 times to force a spawn? What do you mean? What are you talking about? I did get the shiny Larvitar. You see how little effort that required? That required no effort. This requires way more effort for nothing, for a chance that even when it shows up, I will still fail it. There was no way in hell I was going to fail getting a shiny Larvitar in ZA. That was not possible. Why? Because as soon as it showed up, I did what? I left and I saved my game. That's the difference. If there was a chance I wasn't going to catch it, I wouldn't fucking do it. Ironically, that method now sucks. It's faster to just get Larvitar. Oh shit, it's the King's Rock. It's faster to just get Larvitar by doing fucking Ultra Wormholes. So now, even that method is outdated. It doesn't do anything. There's no reason to use it anymore. So what you're saying doesn't even make sense anymore because it's outdated. I wouldn't use that method today. Shouldn't even use it back then, to be honest. Was it really 400 restarts? Did you count? Let me be semantical about it. Did you count? That's not worse than this. This was a very good catch on Mewtwo. You want to go watch the Pokemon Ruby playthrough where I sped it up 300 times across multiple attempts because it kept using rest? You want to do that? No, you're not going to. You don't even know that I play Pokemon Ruby on this channel. If it's not a stream, you don't watch it. I didn't count it. I guesstimated it based on estimating time. I didn't count it. We might have been significantly below odds. I have no idea. I can estimate it, but I don't remember that. You got to pull up the clip because I don't remember that. All I remember is that I did get it. And then you want to know what's funny? All the Pokemon I shiny hunted for, I got like 20 more of them playing the DLC. Yeah, and if you went back in time 15, 20, however many years, 18 years, whatever, and asked me how do you feel about catching Pokemon in Pokemon FireRed, LeafGreen, I would tell you I think it's really annoying. Today I'm going to tell you it's fucking stupid. That's what I'm going to tell you. Listen, I'll tell you guys how it is. Like, that's how it is. That's how I see it. That's how I've always seen it. It's bullshit. It doesn't contribute to anything, and it's not fun whether you're streaming it or not. Shit, not the rare candy, please. Good lord. No, I still have a repellent? Like, you want me to lie to you and tell you that this is the most fun part of a Pokemon game? Of course I'm not going to do that. That would be incredibly stupid. Yes. I think that's the trade theme, by the way. You're all chipper now, Lucky. Is this the Lucky Punch? Yeah. Okay. Can't even find this one anymore. X Special. Finish FE Engage. Okay. Sure, I will. Would you like me to finish? Well, tomorrow's Dax Day. Would you like me to finish it the week of the 30th? You know what? Fuck it. Let's finish Fire Emblem Engage. Since this dude says it, I'll put it on the fucking schedule. Because I had it on the schedule, I'll just unveil it. Where the fuck is it? Fire Emblem Engage. Oh, I already have it set for April 1st. Oh, yeah, that was the April Fool's stream. Was Fire Emblem Engage, because I know I'm off that day. So I'll play it. Sure. We'll play Fire Emblem Engage and we'll finish it that day. Yeah, we could do that. Shiny Pokemon Capture activates the part of your brain that deletes the orange. No. You're missing it. And I'll explain this very slowly and very carefully, okay? The reason why I like shiny hunting in ZA and in Arceus is because when a shiny spawns, it will stay on the field. You can see that it's on the field, okay? Shiny hunting in these games is literally walking back and forth until you encounter it, okay? That could be a 1 in 8,000 chance. Not a single one of you, not one of you, not any one of you that could hear my voice would watch me walk back and forth, bro. Not a single one of you. Not one of you. You all know this, so let's stop lying. You're not going to sit here for 5 hours while I encounter 1,000 Pokemon and not find it. You're not going to do it. That's only for specific streamers and specific people who like doing it. Okay? Does everybody understand that? That's the only reason I shiny hunt in those games. Don't worry, I'm not Hassan and I'm not Asmongold. But you're rage baiting me, and I really am trying to be very genuine about this. Because I don't know if you're actually serious or not. I don't. That's my point. Not a single one of you would watch me encounter a shiny normally in this game. Not one. Not a single one of you. When it spawns in Arceus, when it spawns wherever else, that's a different story, because then you could see it on the field and you can save. If you couldn't do that, I wouldn't shiny hunt in those games, Jay, really? I wouldn't. No, you wouldn't. You would not be here. You guys would be here for one stream, and then the fucking engagement would drop off a cliff, and I would just be sitting here by myself. I don't believe that. You guys are not going to be sitting here for 10, 20 hours while we try to find a legitimate shiny under normal odds. If Pokemon didn't add all these modes and unlocks and rewards, I wouldn't do it either. If you couldn't force, and the reason I know is because, well, some of you were around when I did the fucking Poker Radar streams. No one liked the Poker Radar streams, and that's fine because I did it for myself, but even I got bored of Poker Radaring. Why? Because the Poker Radar is also RNG bullshit. So I play more or less what I want to do. I don't play what people want to watch. If I wanted to do more Poker Radaring, I would. Ironically, Pokerus is in this game, by the way. That's really lucky that I got Pokerus in BDSP. That's really hard. I mean, all that's left to do at this point is just to level up and evolve Pokemon. That's it. I'm pretty sure we've caught every Pokemon that you can get natively in this game. So, at this point, it's either breeding. I mean, like, we could sit around and hunt Larvitar again. You guys want to hunt Larvitar again? Because I could do that. There you go. Which one was the one I used? I think it was this one. Actually, this is like a perfect example of a Pokemon I actually need to do something with. Here we go. Skarmory, we know, goes in some box. I have no fucking idea. It's definitely got to be like back here. 227. 236, 230, 987. Some games I don't give a fuck about. No, that's fair. What I'm saying is no one is going to fucking want to watch me walk back and forth and catch shinies, bro, in old Pokemon. That's not true. I don't believe that's true. And I don't want to do it either. See, now Narg is saying some weird shit. What is it? These three? Yeah, it's one. Here we go. No, Mewtwo is, what is Mewtwo? Is he 151 or 150? He's 150. What nature? Okay, neutral nature. That's not terrible. 6, 5, 4, 3, 2, 1. So I messed this up. This is over here. Pokemon has RNG, and the RNG makes the game unpredictable, and when the unpredictable happens, not only you have fun, we have fun? Maybe. It depends how bad the RNG is. Saying you 1 in a million odds would be fun to watch is not true. So it has to be within reason. I think that certain Pokemon fights just are not reasonable. They're just not. And I think that that's like a fair thing to admit. Gen 3 might be good. I'd watch you play Paint Drawing Simulator. I appreciate that, I guess. I don't know anymore. I don't know anymore. I think, I don't, like, I get that you guys might enjoy the RNG, but I think that you can at least admit that some of the RNG is just bullshit to pad it. It's also distracting you from the mundane. A little bit. Like, the alternative is I just sit around and just be annoyed, and I would just be silent if I wasn't streaming it. Like, if it bothered me so much, I just wouldn't fucking stream. Which is obviously, it's not bothering me enough to do that. Okay, I mean, we need to take items. There's like no ice types in this bullshit, by the way. So, never melt ice will just sit on my, in my box forever. Alright, I mean, I guess we go back to Cerulean Cave and we just play Hot Potato. With whatever Pokemon we need to evolve, which is a couple. The last Pokemon we need to evolve is Golbat. That's going to be really annoying. But I'm going to feed it a bunch of vitamins. I think those maybe raise happiness in this generation. I could be wrong. What we could do, though, let's go back to 4 Island, and we could breed. Thankfully, we got out Infamous Blue Balls. Bro, Infamous was like 6 streams. And then like a 15-minute segment of another one. We have more of this game than Infamous 2 footage on the channel, just from this playthrough alone. This guy. Charizard? It's okay, here's something I also don't like. Am I gonna overwrite a move? Because I do care about Charizard's moveset. Let's see. FireRed, LeafGreen. Nope, Charizard's done learning moves. Okay. A lot of these Pokemon I'm releasing, by the way, because I don't need them anymore. Articuno kind of never really did much, but that's fine. We're going to keep Marowak. We're going to get rid of Moltres. Wait, what was I going to put in here? Sorry, I have a spare Ditto. Like, that's what keeps Pokemon interesting for me, is actually filling out living dexes. If I was just here just to run through to the end and not care about the dex, then I just wouldn't bother. It's not as fun for me when you just play through the dex in that manner, you know? Like, I actually have fun doing living dexes. I think it's very fun. It's no RNG to go through the same hoops you did 10 times before, the same build you do every time. That's why those playthroughs go fat. What playthroughs? Sorry, I missed what he said. What, like Infamous? Pro quick pump and dump playthroughs? I mean, like, how much can you play out of each game? Like, that's what I'm saying. Like, every game has a limit, guys. Like, eventually you will do everything in the game. I don't understand that. Like, what do you want me to say? Like, if I get to the end of a game, the only thing that might be left is just collecting a bunch of collectibles. The Infamous playthrough? Yeah, you get to the end of the story, that's it. There's a story, and then you beat the story, and then you're done with the story. You want to watch me collect? Actually, no. That's not even true, Narg, because I collected all the shards. I even got the achievement for that. The only thing I didn't do was collect all the birds, because I just would have had to look that up. So I just didn't do that. How about 400 Arceus streams? I mean, fair, but that's because I was 100%ing that game too. And I did. And even when there was no reward, I 100%ed that game. No, that's not what I did on Arceus, actually, so I know you didn't watch it. I did not get all the shinies in Arceus. I did not build a shiny living dex or a shiny dex or anything. I just caught random shinies. So I know you didn't watch it, which is fine, but don't tell me that's what I did and that's not what I did. And you know that that's not what I did, and you know you have no idea. Here you go. You actually have to hatch the Togepi as well. The bottom line is that we were done with Arceus, like, what? Out of 130 some streams, we were done with Arceus like 20, maybe 30 streams in. Yeah, but then if you saw it, you would know I didn't get all the shinies. Let's go Digimon? Maybe, yeah. Fuck it. Maybe I will play a Digimon game. Hey, isn't this fun? Also, I did this exact same shit on the 3DS. What are you guys talking about? I literally did the exact same shit on the 3DS, where I caught all these weird Pokemon on, like, Gold, Silver, Crystal. I built a living dex in Crystal. I built a living dex in Crystal, I just didn't... I admittedly was too lazy to fucking pinball it back and forth between Yellow. I will fully admit that. That is annoying because you have to get another DS, another copy of Gen 2, trade all 200, or what is it, all 150 whatever Pokemon into that other DS, and then trade it again to the Yellow Dex, and then again back to Crystal so I could restore the living dex. I just didn't do that. It's just too much work for nothing. For what, a fucking certificate in a 3DS game no one will ever see because the 3DS is dead now? Why would I do that? Yeah, maybe I would like Digimon. Maybe I would. Maybe I will. I just never learned it. Digimon was just not that big compared to Pokemon. So maybe I will. Maybe Raiden makes a good point. By the way, my alarm is going to go off in 6 minutes. Which Digimon game just came out? Which, by the way, I would have to spend more money for that I would rather not. Online betting's worst nightmare? Yeah, because I don't like gambling. I'm not a gambler. I even joke that the most gambling I do is Pokemon. That's the most I would do. Yeah, it's good, but what's the name of it? I don't know what it's called. I fucking have to turn on low latency. I cannot believe I forgot that again. Time Strangers? Maybe. I have to pay off this other shit, so I don't know if I want to do that. I remember playing Cyber Sleuth for like 10 hours. I never uploaded that playthrough, and I didn't really like it too much, but it was kind of weird. I was like, oh, okay. You have to learn like multiple types and stuff. I just didn't play it. I have the parts. I never uploaded it. And I said I would go back someday. I can fund you? No, don't do that. Okay, see, now that's rage bait, right? He avoids weather reports, dude. I don't like those trinket machines because all those stupid toys they give you are made out of shitty plastic. Probably very toxic shit too. They used to have that in my Pathmark in my ShopRite. You could put like a quarter in and get some weird like Chinese knockoff shitty like SpongeBob toy that smells funny and like, you know, bends out of shape. Oh, I don't know. But yeah, I do hate RNG. I think excessive RNG ruins shit. I do. It's fucking stupid. You want to spend 20 hours farming something? No. Like even in old school Warcraft, I didn't like excessive RNG. Thankfully, leveling up is not RNG in Warcraft. It always could be worse. Yeah, your DPS is determined by how many autos you crit. That's why I hate auto attacks. I think auto attacks are one of the worst ideas that still exists in RPGs. Hey, you guys enjoying this, by the way? Do you see why I don't stream this? Notice how like half the stream has just not said anything in 20 minutes? They're just gone. It's just busy work. This is the kind of shit that you do in a job, just with more colors. And they pay you like fucking dog shit minimum wage. Which, where you live, is probably next to nothing. It's probably less than what I do. I love this. Yeah, hilarious. But that's what I'm saying. Like, everyone I know that, like, plays Pokemon, they don't do this shit. They don't. So when we were doing raids for Scarlet Violet, I asked a bunch of other people if they wanted to raid, and I told them, well, here's what you need to do. You need to go catch this Pokemon, you need to go feed it a bunch of vitamins, you need to go change its EVs and IVs, change its nature, change its held item. They just told me, I don't want to do all that. Can I just come in with a base Pokemon? Even when we had randoms. Remember when we had randoms, and the randoms would just bring whatever fucking Pokemon? And then they would just flop around and do nothing? Right, but we could chat and do other things that are more enjoyable. It doesn't matter what I really do, I guess. I have dice on my desk. Does that count? And that's what I want to stress. Like, I'm not mad that we have disagreements. I'm mad more because, like, I know that this shit is stupid. In my heart of hearts, I know this shit is stupid. That's why they don't do it anymore. That's why when they release Pokemon Go, there's no mechanics in the fucking game. Ironically, Let's Go Pikachu and Eevee becomes more annoying because you can't do any grinding. There it is, probably. I don't even know if this dude's available. Oh no. Okay, I have to deal with that in a minute. In my heart of hearts, I know there's a reason why they don't do this anymore. This is like acceptable amounts of yellow paint. This is like one of those weird things that you would only know if you opened up one of those like weird GameSpy fucking web pages in the 2000s that takes a minute to fully load, and then you would print it out so that way you could access it faster. Nowadays, you don't have to do that anymore. That's actually what I did back in the day. That was my first usage of IGN, was to go on fucking Star Fox adventures and figure out how to get through that damn dark cave. Turns out there's one thing I missed that you need to rock it up. Well, I don't watch TikTok, so I'm okay. And that's what I'm saying. Like, I can't even get people to do basic prep for a Scarlet Violet raid. You think they're getting this far in fucking FireRed LeafGreen in even a fraction of the time? I couldn't even get people who are done with the game, done the DLC, to go out, catch a Pokemon, level it up, do whatever, right? All the bullshit, all the bells and whistles, show up in a raid and execute a pre-planned strategy that someone like Austin John has already done. I show up in a raid, what's the number one thing someone pulls out? A fucking evolution. That's how I know I'm getting trolled, and that's why I would quit it. Because it's like, why am I going to sit here and I'm doing all this work and I'm carrying the raid and you roll up with a fucking Sylveon? Brother, you're trolling me. Goodbye. This is like showing up in a Final Fantasy raid and some dude is only in the raid because he cheesed his right side and he has nothing on his left side. So every raid wide, he gets fucking microwaved. Why am I going to sit here and act like that? Oh, well, you know, he deserves the victory as much as me. How about you go fuck yourself? I'm not doing that. That's the one thing. What? Not you. I'm saying in general, I did a lot of raids that were not on camera. They were not on stream. Yeah, I need rehabilitation to get me to gamble, not to not gamble. I don't know why I didn't check this guy earlier. I was too busy trying to get this stupid thing to hatch. Are we at least close with the first egg? Yes, okay, we are. Fuck, I hate this game. I guess the only thing I would do is I would play this on the second Switch. I guess I don't have to do much, because like, can I be logged into the same account on 2 different Switches at once? Hope you get a bad egg? No, you can't get a bad egg doing this. You have to do some weird shit to get a bad egg. Right, so Raiden, the one time I raided with you, who's someone who knows what the fuck they're doing, you're correct. No, bad egg is real, but you cannot get it doing this. Bad egg is data corruption, which nothing we're doing here should corrupt the game at all. When I raided, what was it? It was a poison type Umbreon raid. Some dude shows up to a poison type Umbreon raid with a Sylveon. You know what raid you're getting into. What do you... Duh? And predictably, he gets washed. So a lot of people just show up to raids, just throw out whatever Pokemon is their highest level Pokemon, think that's good enough. Why am I here? Why am I wasting my time? Huh? Why would I do that? So if people can't even be bothered to do the bare minimum amount of research on a fucking Pokemon game, what the hell makes you think they're gonna want to sit through any of this bullshit? And the honest answer is they won't. Am I making fun of the disabled? No, I'm making fun of the stupid. Huge difference. So this guy does not step forward when you get an egg. I thought he did. You have to check every so often, which is not a huge deal. Actually, what moves does this thing know? Does it know anything good? What is this, 7? Okay. Damn, it comes with Flamethrower and Dragon Claw. Okay. Are we forcing kids to be min-max freaks? Yes. When the raids require it, it does not matter if it's a kid game or not. Yes, actually, I am. What world would we create? A world where they're accountable for their actions in preparation, which is part of the problem. Everyone wants to show up and win the raid, but no one wants to put in the fucking legwork and the strategizing to do it. And you could argue that, well, I didn't make the strategy, but that's the thing, is like, someone has already done 90% of the strategizing for you. You just have to come with the Pokemon and execute the simple 1, 2, 3 strategy. And most people don't do that. Most people would rather just sit around, boot up Call of Duty, shoot someone for a little bit, maybe they win, maybe they lose, and then that's it, and they clock out. And it's the same shit when I used to play Call of Duty. When I used to play COD, there's always that one dude on the team that goes like 9-27, and you're expected to overcome that. No, it's not, no, but Raiden, there's a difference between making mistakes and I have no accountability and everything I did was wrong. Those are two fundamentally different stances. It's not a mistake when you enter a raid and you're not prepared. If I walked into a Final Fantasy raid and I didn't have the gear, I didn't know the fight, I didn't know XYZ, right? It's not like I just mitigated wrong and I died. It's I fundamentally did not know what I needed to do, and I'm costing other people time, money, pots, effort, you know, and even sometimes belief that they'll clear it. And that's wrong. You should not do that to people. The same way I wouldn't waste someone else's time, they shouldn't do that. But like, I don't mind that the Pokemon raids are min-maxing. I mind that they're difficult Pokemon raids in a game made for, you know, people who turn their brain off. Right, and that's the problem, is that when I was a kid, it was not the same. Okay, I'll be honest with you. When I was a kid, the school I went to and the stuff I did, there was making a mistake and, oh, you just didn't do it. And you were not ready to even make a real attempt. And maybe that's just my upbringing, but that's how I look at it, right? When I go into a raid and when I go into something serious where we're using resources and time and effort, right? Like, the goal is to minimize RNG as much as possible in any video game. 100%. No one plays a fucking randomized game unless you're doing like a metronome run, right? The goal is to minimize RNG as much as possible to make things consistent. No egg, by the way. That's the problem, is that kids, and let's be fair, Raiden, I was not raiding with 7-year-olds, okay? We're not raiding with kids in fucking Scarlet Violet. We're not. We're raiding with adults. Adults are lazy. That's fine, but then get the fuck out of my raid. You know, that's fair to say. Why the hell am I going to sit around and watch someone sloppily play some game, but I'm doing 80% of the work and they're going to get 90%, they're going to get the full fucking reward like they did anything? Go fuck your mother. I will not do that. I'm done doing that. I don't do that for people anymore. Some dude in Final Fantasy disconnects at the first Alliance raid boss as soon as loot drops, and then I have to sit here like a dumbass and basically carry a player who's not playing till the end of the raid. You don't deserve the clear. Goodbye. You get kicked. Getting fed in the a-hole. Oh, effed in the a-hole every check. Traumatized. What? No. Well, I mean, I wish my money didn't go to PDF files, but that's another topic entirely. I wish New York sales tax wasn't 9% on every fucking goddamn thing. That would also be nice. But that's the price I pay literally for living in New York. I don't know what it is in other places. But that's all I'm saying, is I don't, you know, like, we want people to be accountable, but people never learn accountability. And, you know, like, you could say accountability in a game doesn't matter. I think it's the opposite. I think accountability in a game is the ultimate check, because it's a video game. You have complete control over the outcome in most circumstances. You know what I mean? You have complete control over your actions in a game, right? You know, to quote that really stupid quote, you control the buttons you push. Now, maybe there is some RNG, but for the most part, you know, depending on the game, right? It's not like we're playing Tetris and you just get bad pieces back to back. Like, you could have caught, you know, the Corva Knight, taught it body press, right? You know, taught it, you know, fed it candies, right? Got it the right nature, whatever nature it was, I don't remember, right? You know, done all this stuff. All that's outlined in a 20-minute video from Austin John Plays. Ash would send it to me every single time. And then I would just go, whoop, right in. Learn, do whatever I needed to do, come out. All right, here's the strategy, guys. You do XYZ, 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 and sometimes you fail, but, you know, sometimes you solo the fucking raid. You know, shit like that. Yeah, like League of Legends, Final Fantasy, World of Warcraft, Call of Duty, Battlefield. Battlefield, some dude hops in a tank. I have to play a Battlefield with a tank. And they just W key into the enemy base on a tank, and then you lose the tank. And it's like, well, and I'm going to censor this. Hey, genius. What were you thinking? No accountability, no thought. But these are the same people who wouldn't play Hardline because there were no fucking tanks in it. You know, like, how fair is that? Oh, well, I want to play a Battlefield with a tank in it. All right, here's a Battlefield with a tank in it. And I see so many geniuses just drive their tanks forward and get them blown up. And then we lose the game. And it'll be a 20-minute game. 20 minutes of my life wasted. It was decided 10 minutes in. 5 minutes in. And the only way that you can mercy rule someone on Conquest now is if you capture every point. It's not even a majority of points as the game goes on. So they could hold 4 points and you hold 1, or it's neutralized, and you just have to play the remaining 29 minutes of the game, or however long is left, 15, whatever. That's not fun to me. That's why I don't like playing Conquest. The teammate RNG prevents one squad from carrying, and a lot of times you have to carry. There, this is the discussion you guys want. This is what you get. This is why I don't like to play fucking multiplayer games anymore. You just watched this shit with Kingsman earlier this year. This guy is playing Overwatch. A bunch of these chicks are like, well, we don't really care. In fact, you're a loser for caring. 40 grand is on the fucking line. You know, whatever his cut would have been is whatever. I don't know. Bro could have gotten a couple $1,000s if they played and switched off a Widowmaker. I watched my friend play, I watched How Original play Overwatch not even a week ago, not even 2-3 days ago. He had a fucking Widowmaker, did nothing, cost them the whole fucking game. Because some dude just wants to be, I want to be the sniper. Okay, well, you're a fucking dumbass. Like, why can we not vote these dudes off the fucking island? You know? Do you want to play a game where someone's sandbagging your attempts? No. I leave Final Fantasy parties. If I watch, and everyone thinks I'm a super asshole on Final Fantasy, and if Haruna's here, he can vouch for this, right? So you could ask Haruna next time you see him, right? If you play Final Fantasy and you sit around and you do a raid and you learn the mechanics and you learn what to do and you do everything, and remember, Haruna plays with like fucking 50 millisecond ping, right? That is ridiculous. Haruna plays with a crazy amount of ping, and he still clears the fucking fights when his lag does not flare up. This dude lives on the other end of this fucking landmass, and he plays better than people that live in California next to the goddamn servers. What does that tell you? You know? And do you want to be in a party, you eat food, right? The food costs money. You use pots. At one point, every pot was 4,000 gil. Right? You want to waste fucking pots on some dude that doesn't know how to do fucking vamp stomp? Bro, that's why Dax blacklists these people. I even tell them I don't blacklist people who make something funny later. But, you know, I know people, they blacklist motherfuckers. We'll be in the same raid. Hey, Red Mage, are you going to do this thing? The Red Mage has had the machinist blacklisted for like 3 years. And in like 3 fucking tiers ago, he blacklisted him on something stupid. You want to play with people that don't know what the fuck they're doing? Y'all are welcome to waste your time doing that. I don't do that. My time is important, which is why I bike back and forth in a fucking 23-year-old Pokemon game and none of the eggs hatch. Yeah, I love it. This is great. Why do you think I do this while watching Toonami? Genuinely. This is the last FireRed stream, by the way. We're done after this. This shit takes way too fucking long. I'm sorry, it does. Almost ready, and then that one's kind of new. Okay. We'll hatch these 2 and I'm done. Fortunately, we don't really have to evolve them to complete the living decks, so I don't really care. That's why I cleared Cow to Darkness Chaos, because I spent 10 to 12 in the same party hitting my head against it. Yeah, like, I will spend time doing raids. That's what I did for Howling Blade. But Howling Blade was not RNG. Howling Blade was, you need to learn the entire fight, and then you can win. You see how that's not RNG? The RNG is, are my teammates stupid? And do they know the whole fight? I'll do that for fights, but then I would just have to stream Final Fantasy all day. You guys want to log into a daily Final Fantasy stream of 5 hours? No, every one of you is running for the door, so that's why it's never going to happen. Tomorrow is Dax Day. We're going to actually play Final Fantasy. I actually asked Dax, you want to do Sonic tomorrow or Final Fantasy? And he told me we're going to do Final Fantasy at least for a little bit. So everyone that wants some Dax footage, we're going to play tomorrow. And it was Dax's choice. I left it up to him. I told him, do you want to do Sonic or do you want to do Final Fantasy? And he told me Final Fantasy. But yeah, Cloud of Darkness Chaotic was fucking stupid. Like, so many people are just not doing that shit right. I just got tired of it. So how long did it take for us to hatch this, by the way? You know, is there any difference between hatching it in 20 minutes or hatching it in 5? You know, like, stupid. I digress. At this point, I'm beating a fucking horse to death. No, Dax is not going to get trolled because Dax doesn't read chat. If I don't read it out to him, he doesn't fucking care. But that's what I'm saying. Like, I appreciate people chatting, but, like, let's be fair here. If it's not Narg and you, Raiden, no one's talking anymore. Everyone has run for the fucking hills. What else do we need to breed, actually? We need to breed Scyther. To be fair, I think starters have pretty long egg timers, so... you're gonna read Streamer? Fuel the Fire. I don't know what you mean by read Streamer. This is why I don't mind that eggs hatch in like 2 minutes, by the way, because like you spend 15 minutes biking back and forth in the same bullshit. There's only one bike speed in this game anyway. And I just think this is really stupid. Sorry, this is really dumb. Oh, okay. You gonna read it out loud? No. Why would I piss off Dax? I need him to play at his best. You play Final Fantasy and you play League. You know tilt is a real fucking thing. Why would I intentionally tilt Dax because you guys are rage baiting him too? Isn't it bad enough you rage bait me? Why am I gonna rage bait my friend by reading a chat that he doesn't even read? Why would I do that to him? Oh my god, a female! 2 females! What in the fuck? Hold on. We have to, we can't get Ancient Power because we can't get the Kanto starters. Sorry, the Johto starters. Fuck's sake. Swords Dance has to be chain bred. We could get a Swords Dance. Dragon Dance off a King's... it's kind of not great, whatever. What do we need to breed? We need to breed a Lapras. Well, what's more pressing? Like, what do we actually need to breed next? Don't you need Incense to breed Igglybuff? I don't even know if you could get that in this game. Wooper should not be here. We don't need to breed that. Let's carry around this. And we need to breed Ladybug. You don't need to breed Yanma. I haven't raged ever in 14. Cap. Oh my god, there's another egg? Oh, fuck, dude. Oh, he does move forward. You just can't scroll him off screen to do that. Okay, that's weird. Yeah, they changed that in later games. They will move when you scroll him off screen. Yeah, see, he resets his facing. You know, maybe that's all it does. It resets facing. Co-op games don't make me rage. I guess PvP games do, but only League since you could chat there. Yeah, I mean, you could chat in Battlefield. I just don't have a keyboard hooked up to my PlayStation. Like, what do you want me to do? I'm going to get banned off every game now anyway, because every game has, like, super, you know, CCP level of fucking you can't talk bad about people. You have to always be toxically positive or whatever. It's stupid. And I don't report people for shit like that, man. I don't. But I know I'll be the one that gets reported. Are you kidding me? Oh, he told me I just take the loss. It's like, I'm not going to take a loss and a fucking ban. Like, I watched How Original play Call of Duty for years. You know how many people repeatedly report you for stupid bullshit? You know how many, that Xbox 360 bullshit where you could, like, review a player and you could say they were unsportsmanlike? You know, the only time anyone ever goes in that menu is to be negative to you. Just to be like, oh, well, this person killed me a bunch in Halo Reach. Oh, well, I guess he's unsportsmanlike and cheating and et cetera, et cetera. Like, it's a dumb system. It should have been removed in NXE. I try to help others understand. Yeah, I'll try to help, but I'm not going to help you learn the entire fight if I join a clear party. If I join a party and we're like 2-3 mechanics ahead and you don't know basic mechanics, I'm not helping you. You need to help yourself and go to the correct party. And that's totally fair to say. I'm not here to fucking baby people. No one would baby my bitch ass. As a tank, no one's gonna baby me. No one's gonna say, well, you don't know what you're doing. That's okay. We'll help you out. We know what, you know, don't worry. It's okay. It'll all be fine. No one's gonna do that for me. No one's gonna sit there and fucking coddle me. Like, what? And I don't expect to be coddled because it's not fair. That's why when I used to lie about Prague, maybe I wiped to the mechanic once and then I never fucking wiped to it again. I wiped to Pangenesis once because I didn't know how fast it was going to be, and that was it. I never fucked it up again. I never fucked up Pangenesis after that. No, I get that, but like, I'm patient too. I'm patient. If I wasn't patient, do you think I would complete multiple living dexes? Genuinely. If I wasn't patient, would I do all this shit? Why would I not just beat every game in 3 streams and then move on with my life? Like, why would I sit here and do this, you know? Why would I do this to myself? By the way, I'm done at 10 because I'm going to go record with Gundam Otaku. So I'm out of here at 10, no matter what. In fact, let me prep. Include him in here. Where is he in my DMs? Where the fuck is he? Oh, he's number 3. Okay, here we go. I'm sorry, but there's one thing that you can't say, and it's that I don't fucking put in effort for video games. That's one thing that you cannot say, is that I do not fucking put in the hours, because I absolutely do. Like, if I didn't put in the hours, bro, this channel just wouldn't exist. I'm being honest. It's not even to self-fillet. Why would I sit here and do this shit for no money, no nothing, if I didn't like it?
Yeah, what's up?
Oh, Lego in like 10 minutes?
Yeah.
Okay, we're on stream, by the way.
Yep.
Max, you want to say hi to your beloved viewers, who are now all in hiding, like I said they would be?
Why would they all be in hiding for?
Because I'm doing boring stuff in Pokemon, and only like one person's talking. Even though they all swore it was really fun to watch.
Listen, I was literally falling asleep while having all, like, kind of watch you try to play Arkham City.
Yeah, that's why I quit, because I was getting bored too. I'm like, what the fuck? This is nothing like Asylum. Asylum, at least you can kind of like sit through. I don't mind Asylum, but fucking Arkham City was terrible for that.
Yeah, because Asylum was a pretty linear game.
Well, right, also they don't repopulate it constantly with enemies. We continue in stream, switch to recording and streaming at the same time. No. I'm done after this. I need a break anyway. I'm gonna go get some water. I'm gonna go get some water and some medication. Because I have a fucking headache.
I didn't know it, but apparently Red Storm Entertainment is the company that did the Ghost Recon games.
And they shut down, yeah.
I was like, damn, what's happening at Ubisoft?
But you know why this annoys me a little bit, actually? Not that, but the fucking other shit we were talking about is because, like, it's like tourism, man. And the Resident Evil shit, and Max knows this because I've been bitching about this for the last, like, 3 days. I'm sick of tourists coming in and saying, like, oh, it's easy, just don't worry, just do the thing. It's easy, I could do it. You know, I really hate that. It's not even, like, on some stolen valor shit. It's because I just really hate when people act like I could do it, and you know, people are spectators, man. Like, they couldn't do this shit. They don't have the time, effort, energy, or willpower to do this shit. If it's not handed to them, they won't fucking do it.
You know what's so funny about that? I was on Twitter earlier today, and then I saw Cavicula reacting to SNL making an impression of him. And he's like, this is why millennials are so, like, stupid. Are such dumbasses because they have no culture of their own. And then somebody's like, Cavicula's right though. It's like you millennials ruined video games and movies. I replied with, isn't your generation the same generation that kind of pushed developers to start yellow painting everything in games now?
It was millennials that started that, to be fair. It was. That's not wrong. Millennials absolutely. And it's like, it's not people like you, me, or anyone on this goddamn stream. It's people who just want to pick up a controller and they want to feel like they're the fucking boss and they're the big bad dude on campus, and they don't want to put in the fucking hours. You know, it's like the shit I always bitch about on Final Fantasy. It's like, here's some dude who, not in his wildest dreams, could ever fucking clear anything, but he'll go on a fucking stream and be like, oh yeah, this is easy. Well, brother, where's your nuts on the table, bro? Because one thing you could say about me, like, you could say whatever, right? I've had people tell me I'm not good at X, Y, Z for my whole fucking life. But you want to know one thing that you can't say I don't do is I put my fucking nuts on the table, man. I put my nuts on the table. So when I get criticized and people tell me this, I'm like, all right, where are your logs? Maybe you have better logs than me. You know, let's not assume that just because someone says something I disagree with, they don't have better logs. Maybe you do have better logs than me. Statistically speaking, you probably don't. But I will still leave it open that you might. You know, put your nuts on the table. And if I can see that you have your nuts on the table and that, you know, you have better whatever, then sure, fine. But I'm really tired of spectators looking at like Resident Evil and saying like, well, this Resident Evil needs to do X, Y, Z. Like, bro, y'all just watch playthroughs. Not people on the stream, by the way. Like, people just watch playthroughs and are like, I can fucking do it. It's easy. And they make none of the on-the-fly decisions that necessitate that.
Mass Effect needs to be Mass Effect needs to have less.
Yeah, and then everything gets dumbed down. Less powers, less commands, less everything. And I'm supposed to sit here and act like they're doing a fucking favor for me. Like, come on, man. You know how many fucking hours I put into Resident Evil to learn how to beat the game really fast? I put in a shit ton of hours to figure out how to beat Resident Evil with a knife only. And I didn't look up any other guides for it. I made my own guide for it, which you can see, and I have literally uploaded to the internet. Maybe I need to publish it. I might have to publish it. But I lost it for like several years. It was on that shitty laptop I don't use anymore. But that's the thing. Like, you have a whole wave of normies all run online. I don't want to have to put in XYZ, XYZ. And sometimes I agree with them, right? When it's RNG, RNG could give someone who did nothing and died a whole bunch in a raid all the loot. It does, just because you put in effort doesn't mean that, or no effort, you know, you don't get rewarded proportionally based to effort. You don't.
I'm literally watching people. I was playing Crimson Desert, and apparently people quit the game after the first puzzle. And I was like, okay, guys, I had some issues. I had some issues figuring it out, but it's not that serious.
I guess I'm playing that tomorrow because I slept all day today, which was nice.
Yeah, I slept all day. I didn't wake up until like, I woke up at like 8. I was like, damn, I gotta go do laundry. Then I went back to sleep. I was like, I feel extra weak today.
Yeah, but you want to know something? I mean, listen, Narg convinced me, man. We'll finish Fire Emblem Engage on the fucking 1st. That's your April Fools. I'm gonna play Fire Emblem Engage until I fucking beat it. Or it kills me. One or the other. We're gonna purge that entire backlog of bullshit. I'm gonna finish Death Stranding, and I'm gonna play Crimson Desert most of next week. And then we'll purge all the bullshit out. I can't wait till until they re-release all the fucking Hoenn games, and then I have to catch Rayquaza not 1, not 2, but 3 fucking times. You know what happens when RNG isn't involved in Warcraft? Yeah, you get scammed out of loot. You get ninja looted when there's no tokens. That's why Final Fantasy has a better raid system. Because even if you get nothing, you're guaranteed to get loot after X amount of weeks. And they've lowered it since I started. You really could sit around, do an entire Warcraft raid, which is a giant fucking dungeon, and then get nothing. Is that fun? No. It's literally scamming someone out of their time and effort. But
I have to rewatch that review. I have to rewatch that review because even Asmongold reacted to it. What is it? It was about Armored Core 6. And it was just like, yeah. It was just like, oh, it's not a good game graphically. It's not really a Souls game. You know, From Software has done games that weren't like Souls games, right? Like,
Max, let me ask you a question. Do you like RNG? Sorry to cut you off. Do you like severe RNG in games?
Oh, after years of playing gacha games,
do you enjoy RNG?
Not really, but I can understand. I can understand why it's necessary.
Okay. All forms of RNG, like there's no degree, like there's no pass fail for you where it's like this is too much. Because that's like basically the big topic of this stream that I've been routinely and religiously rage baited against today.
For an example, like gear-wise, I guess. I'm fine with it either way. Like I said, I understand why it's there.
Well, isn't it just there for monetization, to be fair?
Well, for gacha games, yes. But if it's
so
like
a non-monetized RNG system, do you like really bad RNG?
Yes.
Okay.
I think again, no. Here's the thing. I can't give a yes or no. I can say I don't like it, but I understand. Again, like you said with Final Fantasy. I understand with Final Fantasy because, again, at the end of the day, everybody needs to get their share of the loot. If you end up, let's say, because you'll always end up doing a trial or one of the primal stuff with a new group of people every time you queue in. If you manage to do that with the same group of people who queue in, guess what? You have to do what? What is it? Need or
greed pass.
Need greed pass. Again, that system exists there in the first place. If you're in the same group, if you're in the same party that's been doing, let's say, what's one primal and you can get the most gear, the best gear from right now? I don't know. Give me an example.
No, because I have something I was gonna say. So
yeah, go ahead.
Remember, I was told by Raiden and Narg that watching severe amounts of RNG is actually good and fun for the stream. Since then, basically Raiden's the only person talking and viewership has completely crumbled. So that's not true, guys, and I've told you this. I mean, we're about to end anyway, but, like, that's not true. And I told you it wasn't true, and you told me it wasn't, or it was true. It's not. You would really sit here for 8,000 encounters and we still don't get it? No. And I'm not sitting through it, so it's never gonna happen.
Again, I can understand if it's a gacha game.
Well, yeah, Asmongold gets stuff for free because he's Asmongold.
Yeah.
But Asmongold in any raid is automatically a net gain to the degree that he pretty much could carry half of a raid, not in terms of DPS, but because his game sense for Warcraft is probably top 5 in the world. Especially Classic, this dude knows his shit. So he's allowed to get stuff. You should give him as much stuff as possible because he is a net gain, a massive net gain on any raid that he's in. That's why when everyone was talking about the Pirate Software shit and the Tyler 1 shit, right? Like, you're watching a bunch of people who are top of their fields and other shit, and most people don't play on the level of Pirate Software, so you can't even criticize what he does. Most people have never played a mage in Warcraft, so you don't even know what the right play is or isn't. I wouldn't go against what
Asmongold has said because of the fact this dude has actually played
these games. Nope, one more egg. Keep going.
Yeah, he's played these games.
Right,
I trust what he says.
That's the difference. Is like Asmongold's knowledge of this game. This dude is literally spitballing HP amounts for certain bosses in raids that he hasn't done in like a decade. I couldn't even do that on Final Fantasy. I could estimate it based on time and roughly based on DPS, but I could not tell you the exact HP amounts of half these bosses I kill. Because you can overkill bosses. In fact, statistically, you're likely to overkill a boss. No one ever dies on the exact amount of HP that they need to die on. If I have 100 HP and you knock me down to like 5 HP, you're not going to roll a 5. You're probably going to roll like a 12 and overkill me by 7. No one ever does that. So I digress. Most people just exist to get carried, let's be fair.
It's like me trying to tell XQC he doesn't know how to play Overwatch.
Yeah, like I would never step up to some dude that plays a game non-stop and be like, well, I know more about the game than you. There's people on Final Fantasy that aren't even streamers that know more about Final Fantasy than me. Partly because I just don't apply myself. I don't fucking do ultimate raids. That would be my entire free time, would be doing ultimate raids. And that's not fun to me. Like, Savage is just the right amount. It's the nice lime wedge. But that's what I mean. We have a bunch of spectator-ass motherfuckers that don't play Resident Evil, but will sit around and contribute to discussion and discourse. So obviously the devs are going to see that and change the game based around it. And they keep doing that with every fucking game out there. And I am a little bit sick of it. In the same way that, you know, like, no one wants to sit through RNG. To be honest, rating in is not on the level. Rating in what? It's not on the level of 14. It's actually a cakewalk. Oh, rating in WoW? Yeah, because WoW is a simpler game. WoW just has a lot of complex rotations. But that's how WoW evolved. If that's what you're about to say, I don't know. Like, 14 will legitimately have you do crazy amounts of downtime and puzzles, and the boss HP will be relatively low, but you'll need to maximize uptime. And during the uptime, you can't be dead, you can't have weakness. That's how most of my wipes in E11 went, because most people are dead or they died to like Shattered Sky or some shit. And then it's like, oh, okay, well, Fatebreaker jumps away for the majority of the fight. He's gone for like 35-40% of the fight. Maybe not 40%, but he's gone a huge chunk of the fight. Well, when he's there, you have to maximize DPS, because otherwise you hit enrage like crazy on that fight. By comparison, I didn't hit nearly as many enrages on Eden's Promise, and nearly as many enrages on what's her name, Gaia. I just didn't. Why? Because you die to mechanics before you die to DPS. I have like one recorded enrage to Gaia to DPS. One. And I forgot what it was like, honestly. It's been too long. The bottom line is you're always carrying someone, man. Yeah, I remember there was this one ninja player that came to WoW, or came from WoW into 14, and he was just getting hit by a bunch of mechanics. And he's like, oh, healers just heal me. Because that's how it works in WoW. You just get hit by everything and you yell at your healers to just fix your HP. And that just doesn't happen. That's not how 14 works. That's why when a bunch of people tell me healing is easy in 14, like, I better see you actually doing well as a healer in 14. Don't just tell me it's easy just because you did an expert roulette. Because if you just do an expert roulette, I'm not going to take your opinion seriously. If you just do a fucking extreme, I'm not really going to take you too seriously either. I just won't. I'm sorry. I will not respect your opinion if you don't do Savage. And some ultimate player might come along and say it's easy, but that's because they have the skill set. The average person on 14 does not have the skill set to clear even an extreme, let alone Savage. They just don't. In the same vein, like when I did fucking Juno the other day, I got a 96 on Ninja. Brother, I don't play Ninja. I don't. But out of 100 ninjas on this game, I am better than 90% of them by default because I know how to play the game on a high level. So anyway, go ahead, Max. Get your last words in because I'm out of here after this.
The thing is, I like RNG. Like, for the current gacha game I'm playing, Arknights, Enfield, the way it works is when you roll a certain time, you get a free 10 roll after like certain amounts of like 10 rolls. I like that, and I have been pretty lucky with that game so far. I like RNG when you do it, and then they give you something to like if you have to do your roll later on for free.
Even in Uwu, we had a healer that was using Cure 3 during Garuda cleanses, and I was butcher's blocking in tank stance, and I could not take aggro away from her. So now, is it yellow paintifying the game if you remove that stupid amount of RNG, where a healer does their job, and now you just get fucked because of it? No, I don't think so. So,
was this before they made the changes to tank stance?
Yes, this is before they made the changes to tank stance. Yes, correct. I don't think that was... What the fuck?
I remember those days. Oh, being a Dark Knight, you have to make sure to have Grit and Dark Side on. Oh, but you have to take off You have to take off Grit when you have enough aggro.
Did I overwrite my save file? That's really funny. Anyway, at least I have all the achievements. It doesn't even fucking matter anyway. So yeah, I want to thank everyone who showed up, even if you guys were gaslighting the shit out of me. Thanks Narg, thanks Devin. Devin didn't show up. Thanks Raiden, thanks Ash, thanks Viff, thanks Warlord, thanks everyone else who showed up. As I said, we reach a peak on the stream every single time, and then the stream dies, so I know that we're not doing any of that stuff. It's okay. It's not a big deal. We'll come back tomorrow. We'll do shit with Dax, the usual. You know how it is. And, yeah, I will see you all on 14. We're going to play 14 tomorrow. Oh, and thanks, Haruna. Haruna was here as well. Actually, I could just look at top fans. Yeah, we have a bunch of people in here. I like how Warlord hasn't spoken in like half an hour, and he's still above Narg, by the way. Narg definitely has like some shadow debuff on his fucking account, which is really funny. Anyway, I'm out of here. We're going to go play Batman.